Hi guys, welcome back to Rides for Days. Now, if you've been following the last couple of videos, you'll know that I pulled the speedometer off my 2019 Sport Glide, and I had to go at fixing the fogging issue that was occurring, which of course, if you've landed in this video and you potentially might own a Harley yourself, you would know that quite a lot of speedometers in the Harley Davidson range of motorcycles have this fogging issue. So I've had this fogging issue on my bike. It's in that video. I'll chuck it there. And I attempted to fix it. I then road tested it, and as we all know, it didn't work. So basically, what happened, and I won't get into too much because it's in the two videos, which I'll link there. As I said, took the speedo off, road tested it, and then I was trying to get rid of the fogging issue that I was having, and it did sort of partially fix it. Didn't fix it 100%, but it partially fixed it. But the analog speedometer stopped working. So the needle that goes from 0 to whatever speed you do, that one stopped working. So obviously, where I've drilled into the back of the speedo, I've hit the circuit board that operates the analog needle. And it stopped working. So somebody said to me the other day, they said, well, why don't you open up your speedo and have a look inside, because you've already replaced the other one, and see what it looks like inside and see where you drilled. So I thought that was a good idea. So I've got it here. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to have a look inside. I'm going to see exactly the inside of this, where I drill the hole, and see exactly what I've damaged, and potentially identify if you're thinking of drilling a hole in your speedometer, which I'm not really recommending that you do because it didn't work out for me. That's not to say that it wouldn't work out for you. There are people out there that have done it. Maybe we could identify a good place in the back of the odometer to actually drill a hole. Or I might suggest one. I'm not saying go ahead and do it, of course. This is on you. The risk is yours. It didn't work out for me. I took a risk and had to buy another one. And they're roughly around about $500 Australian, by the way. But anyway, that's enough chitter chatter. Let's start pulling apart the speedo and see what it looks like inside. Right, so having never ever pulled one of these speedos apart before, I'm thinking that I'll just get started by, there's like a little ring that goes around it. So I'll get a little bit of a screwdriver and I'll loosen that off and then see what happens after that. I'm not going to be too careful with it because I'm not trying to keep it, so it doesn't matter if I sort of slightly damage it. So yeah. I'm not sure what I'm trying to do it in such a way that you can actually see what I'm doing, but I'm just loosening this part here to try to see if I can wedge it open. Oops, being a bit rough. I'll get back to you in a second. Oops, so that, look, I'm banging the camera. I'll get back to you in a second when I've loosened this ring enough. Alright, so I've just worked my way around it with the screwdriver, and voila! So I'll just be a bit careful with that because that's just the glass housing that goes over the speedometer. If you wanted to change the face of your odometer, you can remove this. We just got to be more gentle about how you sort of bend back this ring. Because if you damage it, it won't actually sort of bend back and create a seal. But in my case, I don't care, so anyway. Right, so now we've got this, and we need to get this out. So we're going to pull this odometer out. It's definitely broken now. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like. And I'm being rough as guts, guys, because I don't care, because I'm not obviously trying to save it, so it doesn't matter. Right, now I think I've got to get this up from the inside. Interesting to see the different layers inside here. So there's all the, not sure what you can see there, but you've got your, so you've got your neutral, so I'm probably causing shadow with the light here, neutral, and a few different lights, you know, all your little warning lights and stuff. So that's obviously all through there. All right. I'm just going to move this over to the other bench where I think I've got a bit more room to work. Right, that's a bit easier. I was a bit bent over there. All right, so let's see if we can unscrew. Oh, wrong way. If I can unscrew this back piece, I'll have to further wreck it, and then we can see exactly where I've drilled my hole. And we can also then ascertain, not that I'm encouraging anyone to drill a hole in the Speedo, but we can have a look and see where, if I had drilled a hole, I might not have done any damage. Maybe. We've got another one here. And if anything, this is just interesting to see what the inside of a Harley Davidson speedometer looks like anyway. Alright, so it goes in, let's just get this right first of all. So there, and there like that. And so the hole's there. So the hole's there. So let's say, yeah. So that's interesting because, there you go, look. I've just caught it by the looks. See that? That is a hole by yours truly. Yep, so that hole lines up with what I've done. Line up those 3 holes there, like that, just to see if it was. And then when you come around, and that hole is right over that hole there. Look at that. So I've just clipped it. And obviously this this particular internal workings here, this circuit board, because it's dead set, well, it's not dead set in the center of the speedometer, but if you have a look at this is what the actual needle pendulum's off. And so this thing that's in this white housing drives the odometer. And I've drilled into it, and I've just drilled into it and no more. That's really interesting. And now that I've pulled this off, actually, I'm going to have to show John Intari, who's been working on my bike and replaced my odometer for me, my speedometer for me. He'll be interested to see that. But yeah, and he did say to me, he goes, "You've probably just clipped it." And he was right, I did. He said that the circuit board was hard up against the plastic, which it was. And yeah, I've just clipped it. So, really and truly, the only way that I could have avoided that. Let me just put this back in where it lines up with the holes. So if that's where the hole is there, and I've drilled into it there, let's have a look and see where I could have gone. So I really need to be outside of this box area, but maybe there's a little bit of room. Maybe there's a bit of room. Yeah. I think it's hard to say exactly where you could drill a hole where you're not going to damage something that can't be damaged, if you know what I'm trying to say. So if that goes back in like that, what about, see, all these outie bits here, so all of these outie bits, obviously, as you can see, and I guess we've already known, they contain circuit boards and they contain internal workings. Because look, just get it off. So when we go, there's the hole, then we go boom, there's the hole there. So there's nowhere really to do it where you're not actually going to hit something. Because even if you were to have a go at drilling it into the side there, you're still then drilling into that. So really and truly, I'm mystified as to how people are actually, I think people have just been really lucky. And the ones that have actually done it, I think they've been really lucky. I reckon if I had gone right hard over into the corner, I probably would have just missed it, you know? Because if you look at where that hole is there, it's in a little bit. And then, but look, it just caught it. So it doesn't go, this thing doesn't take up all the room inside there. So if I'd gone up right up to the corner, I reckon I might have just missed it, but it'd be bloody tight, you know? Well, it is interesting. But yeah, other than this, operating the speedometer, the analog needle, I'm not sure what the rest of these things do. I mean, obviously they're just, I think all of these other ones obviously just form, they operate all the digital aspect of it. And yeah, but really and truly, I was hoping that I could say to you, you know, like, there's the hole, voila, underneath. And if you drill somewhere else, you'll probably just miss it. But I don't think you can confidently say that. But maybe if you look at the bottom part of this, while I lift this up, if you just keep your eyes in the bottom section, right? So keeping your eye on that, this bit seems to curve away. So if you look at the shape of it, the squareness there, and then you go boom, this bottom bit here is longer, so you lift it away and you got space. So if anything, and not that I'm saying do it, if you're going to drill it anywhere, where the barcode is, go down in this far corner down the bottom here. That's your best bet. Your best bet is down this bottom corner, away from the barcode, down this corner here. Right, that's what I'm saying. If I had my time over again and I was going to do it, that's where I'd do it, right there. Because that seems to miss this corner, but I tell you what, it is bloody tight. You want to be very, very careful, but I think you'll find a gap there. Yeah, you'll find a gap there, I think. But gee whiz, it's tight. But there's no gap to be had here, so yeah. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I don't really know what it is I'm looking at, other than it is interesting to see it. It's interesting to look at it. But other than that, you know, that's the inside of a Harley Davidson speedometer. And now I know exactly where I stuffed up. And if you're thinking of doing this, if you're thinking of getting rid of your fogging issue, if you think it's worth it, just pause the video where I put my finger on the back of it, and that is your best chance at missing the circuit board thing. But yeah, interesting. That's it, guys. I just wanted to take a look inside the speedometer, and I just thought it'd be interesting to show you if you've got the problem, and you might want to maybe address it, and if not, you might just be interested in it. What the hell? But anyway, that's the inside of a Harley Davidson speedometer. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. I just want to quickly show you all the bits and pieces that came off. So we've got the housing, the back of the speedometer housing. We've got the actual sort of circuit board at the back here with the extra hole. And then we just got sorry, it's all sticky. Just these different stickers, plaque, this other thing. Got the analog needly thingy, and some screws, and of course the glass housing. And you know, if you don't damage or wreck all of this stuff, you can actually change the speedometer face, and then you can just put this back on and be very, very gentle with the ring, and then you can just replace it that way if you want to just change how the speedometer looks. It won't do anything about the fogging issue, but it'll yeah, it'll just look different, obviously. But that's it. All right, guys. Cheers.